Guys, take a look at this insane view with this crazy Koenigseggs. This is the event for Fuori Concorso, organized by Koenigsegg and Esser, and I'm going to show you all these crazy Koenigseggs that we have here in separate videos. So stay tuned for each and every single one of these Koenigseggs that I'm going to show you. This is cash and this is Benzini cars. So guys, let me start this crazy event with not one but two Koenigsegg CCXs, which they are so different in the color. This one is white, the other one is black. This one has the Cartier red interior spec and is equipped with the V-Gen wheels. So don't get confused, as you are going to see both of these cars showcased in this video. Enjoy! This is the first Koenigsegg that was ever sold in the United States, introducing the fully in-house designed engine by Koenigsegg itself, because all the previous models were based on a modular V8 Ford engine. Now, speaking of the engine, just as I mentioned for the intro, all the previous generations of the Koenigsegg before CCX were based on a modular Ford V8, but this is the first Koenigsegg that introduced the fully in-house Koenigsegg engine. And this engine is a 4.7 liter twin supercharged V8, which creates 806 horsepower and 921 newton meters of torque. And imagine all this power created back in 2006. And the most insane part is that all this power are transmitted to the rear wheels only with a 6-speed manual gearbox created by CIMA, C-I-M-A, which developed the gearboxes for Koenigsegg only back in those days. Right now, all the gearbox parts and everything are created in-house by the Koenigsegg themselves. Guys, this is a legend from 2006. This is so mind-blowing to be able to see all these generations of Koenigsegg next to each other and see how the developments have come so far. So starting with the records, let's start with the Top Gear lap record. This car broke the Top Gear lap record by 1 minute 17.6 seconds, and it stayed up there for about 7 years. And this is the car that Stig actually crashed into the Top Gear track. And then the second record is the Nürburgring top speed record, which was broken by CCX by 313 kilometers per hour and 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in only 9.3 seconds. And then again back to the Top Gear with the Jeremy Clarkson breaking the top speed record with 315 kilometers per hour. Guys, this car is from 2006, so you can imagine what kind of an insanity these records were for that era of the cars. So let me start with the specifications and the features of the exterior, which let's start with the first things first. The ghost emblem on the engine bay glass. The story of the ghost is that when the Koenigsegg first started to produce the cars in a factory, the factory was previously belonged to a regiment of a Swedish Air Force, and Koenigsegg decided to use this emblem as kind of a respect and a reminder of where they first laid their roots. And this emblem for sure has inspired also the design of the exterior, because you can see all the curves and the clean, sleek shapes also are resembled on the ghost emblem as well. You can also the design inspirations on the taillights as well. You can literally see that the taillights have this shape of the thruster of a fighter jet in the back. Well, now let's talk about some of the features of the exterior. The first thing I really like to talk about is the placement of the windshield wiper. As you can see, it is placed in the middle of the windshield, and the only reason is that they didn't want to damage the airflow on top of the windshield, which moves on top of the hood and goes underneath the spoiler in the back. Another very cool feature on the CCX is that those little air channels on top of the detachable hood, which directs the air underneath the rear spoiler, which I've never seen before on any other car. This is so crazy for me to see those little air channels on top of the hood. I want to show you the more interesting feature on this one, because the other black CCX didn't have it, and it's the wheels. As you can see here on the wheels, there is something written as Regen, and what does it mean is that this wheel itself creates vortex when the wheel is spinning. And what this vortex does, actually, it helps the cooling of the brake system, and also helps the air to stay closer to the side of the vehicle, which is absolutely crazy. So guys, as you can see here, we have the chance to see the dihedral hinge for the doors. As you can see, it rotates out and moves forward to the body, which allows you to park the car in very tight spaces. And right now you can see the mechanism, how is it being closed. And you can see here that we have the fully colored Koenigsegg crest resting here on the end dampers here on the engine bay, accompanied with the ghost emblem, which is so iconic. I really love these little touches from Koenigsegg. They're absolutely insane.